Hey everybody, it's Deborah. Now, as you know, my goal is to get into that dress for the wedding in a few months, and so as I need to lose probably 20 pounds, I need to train for a triathlon is what we're doing in order for me to do that. That's the motivation. I'm having a lot of fun with training for the triathlon, but the thing that is very tough for me is I know that I need to really work on my diet. I need to really be tracking much better what I'm eating and what those amounts are and the macronutrients. And so that's what I'm doing is I'm working really hard right now to I need to be low calorie, low fat, and the diet that fits that very well and very naturally is a vegan diet, and a raw vegan diet is the best. Am I completely raw vegan? No. I think right now I am probably 80% raw vegan as I go through this training period, and if I can keep weight moving down, I'm going to be happy with that. But there may be a point where I need to go completely vegan, raw vegan. Other people do it, I know, and I think it's probably just fine for me. I may get to that point. My weight and my dieting history has really been an evolution. I eat very differently now than I did years ago. When I was a teenager, I was on a cross-country team. I could eat anything I wanted. We ate everything during the season. But then after the season, I would start to gain weight. So it wasn't as though, I was always someone who probably needed to just watch what I'm eating. I mean, everybody does because of the foods we have. But I never paid any attention to health, people who are health nuts. Then when I was in my 20s and I was starting a family and reading the books for having a baby, and they were talking about, eating really healthy during your pregnancy and listing all the foods and all these, and I started, and it was all about, very healthy foods, and I started thinking, oh no, I have to be one of those health nuts. I don't want to do that. But I did clean up my diet, but I was still at that point eating a standard American diet. It was not anything spectacular, but it was a bit healthier. Now, as I age and I want to keep weight off, I have gotten deeper into as far as really researching and reading and what really works and what is really good for you. And I do believe that the foods we eat on our standard American diet are laden with high calorie, high fat, high sugar, high salt, all of these things that make us really want that food. And I really feel like I'm addicted to that food. I think we probably all are. Many of us are. And giving it up is tough. It's taken me a couple of years that I've been working on incorporating many more fruits and vegetables into my daily diet to the point where I'm, like I said, about 80% right now. So I didn't really start paying too much attention to it until a couple years ago, and now, like I said, the evolution of my eating patterns have been, as far as the types of foods I eat, are vast. I have made lots of progress. I've said before that it's like every decade I need to go a little deeper, learn a little more, take a little more control, and this is another point where I need to do that. I'm really motivated, not only because of that dress, but truthfully, I want to be an athlete for much longer in my life. I don't want to have to give it up, and as a runner, any extra weight that you have on you is going to start causing injuries. As I've gotten older, I've noticed that. I know that I've had some injuries that have kept me from really training well in the past couple years, and I know that these are injuries that would go away if I lost weight. And the reason I know that is because in my mid-30s, when I was divorced, I lost a large amount of weight. My weight had gone way up to about 185, and it came way down over the course of a year or two to about 130. And that was a pretty small frame for me, which is, I think that's a good healthy weight. But that was not because I was doing anything right as far as dieting. That was just stress, absolutely stress. I'd like to take credit for it and say, yeah, I was great. I know how to do this. But I obviously didn't know how to do it, because now I need to go deeper to really make that happen. I don't want to go through that kind of stress again. I want to be able to do this in a healthy way. So that's what I'm focusing on, is getting closer to raw vegan. I would love to go 100% and say I'm 100%, but I'm really probably not going to go that far at this point. Now there may be, as my eating patterns continue to evolve, maybe I will get where I'm going to be 100%, but right now I'm just working on being mostly raw vegan, but vegan, and it feels good. I've been very dedicated to it for the last 9 days as I've really gotten started on the new year and on these new goals, and I feel good. I know that this is going to work as far as weight loss. I just know that it's up to me, and it's all psychological. It only stops working when psychologically I start to slip, lose it. Just lose that motivation and focus. So that's the challenge for me, is keeping the focus, keeping on track. I don't mind eating this way. Actually, you know, most of the time I think it's just fine. But I need to stop some of the things that are holding me back, which are some snacking. When I'm tired, I want snacks. I do feel that I'm somewhat addicted to foods, and so I've been thinking quite a bit about that and food addictions. And the other day I was wanting, in the worst way, to stop at a fast food place. When I'm frustrated about things, I want to eat. And so I was frustrated about something and I wanted to eat, and I wanted to get French fries or something. And then I stopped myself and said, no, I don't do that anymore. Because in the last couple of years, you know, I haven't eaten fast food because I no longer can and keep a healthy weight. But I realized at that point, this is what other addicts of other substances describe. They describe always wanting it, that craving never really going away. You always want it. You just know you don't do that anymore. You can't do that anymore. But mostly you won't do that anymore. And so that is where I'm at. And I realize that's exactly how I feel about a lot of the foods that I used to just love but cannot eat anymore. It's not so bad. I like being much healthier. And so I'm going to keep continuing to work on keeping my diet, making it better and better so that I can be better and better. I want to be able to keep running with no injuries. I want to be able to train for this triathlon correctly, doing all the workouts, and not have to stop because I'm injured and need to give my body a rest. So that's the goal. That's where I'm at, and we'll talk soon.